When Marnie Was There is the Studio Ghibli Oscar. The Oscars already happened, they're over. Congratulations, everybody who win. I didn't watch it. I turned it off when Chris Rock started complaining about how everyone was white. I watched DiCaprio's acceptance speech, though, and of course he wastes it on some environmental bullcrap. Save the Earth! Save the Earth! Save the Earth! Save the Earth! Save the Earth!
Ha! Gay!
What was I talking about? When Marnie Was There. Let's review When Marnie Was There. I have a couple different ones I could... This'll be When Marnie Was There. When Marnie Was There is a Studio Ghibli movie. Supposedly the last one. Studio Ghibli is a Japanese animation studio. And if you watch Chris Stuckman, you know he just masturbates all over them. My problem with the Studio Ghibli movies is that they're always kind of the same. And I feel... they're kind of plotless and kind of go for pure emotion. So When Marnie Was There is a movie about this girl, and she's like in a village, and she's straight up depressed. Like she's got like self-worth kind of problem. And I actually initially liked that a lot. I was like, I didn't expect the movie to go there, and was like, oh, when she first just starts crying in the playground, I'm like, that was really sad. And I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you. And she lives in like Tokyo, I think, or some other part of Japan. And like the air is really like bad and polluted, and she has asthma. So her doctor sends her away with a different member of the family. So they live on like a farm for, you know, all the fresh, clean air. And while she's there, she meets this girl called Marnie. There's one thing I gotta say, is the Studio Ghibli movies always have really good music. The end credit song, like On the Outside, is so sad. I'm not crying, you're crying. Shut up. The problem I have with Studio Ghibli is that people are always like, oh, their movies are so beautiful, the animation quality, oh, hand-drawn animation, you know, it's like films, people are all nostalgic about how things were done back in the day. I think the animation quality is kind of bad in these movies. You can't always say for every movie that comes out that the animation quality is amazing, because that doesn't mean anything. I mean, obviously, Norm of the North aside. Like, whenever a character isn't, like, close up on their face, there's always so little detail on them. It's like, they look like doodles sometimes. And, like, when she's walking, you got, like, the line in between her shorts for which leg's in front of it. You see just kind of going back and forth like that. And everyone's faces look really weird because they have the same, like, eye wrinkles. And the animation is very low quality if you compare it to even other Japanese anime. Look at the Funimation shows airing right now. Look at all the different lighting on everybody. It is such drastically higher animation quality, even for that 2D hand-drawn style. It's like, you can't compare a Studio Ghibli movie to, like, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. And yeah, I'm sure it just simply doesn't have that big of a budget, but you can't say it looks as good. As far as 2D drawn animation goes, I don't think Studio Ghibli movies are up to snuff. But When Marnie Was There is a good movie. I really like the whole depression thing with Anna, and the relationship she develops with Marnie. It's really cute. Marnie is adorable. She's got like these bright blue eyes, and she's blonde. She's always wearing like white or light blue, and the color palette behind her is always like dark blue because she lives on like a marsh, which is like a mansion on a hill at night. And there's a lot of mystery surrounding Marnie, and figuring that out is fun. It was kind of confusing though. Like, it's fun finding out like what's happening with the whole Marnie thing, but like, after all the cards are done, you're just like, okay, wait a minute. Why is this all even happening? I don't get it. So you just chalk it up to like Japanese lore, crazy nonsense. Well, I do really like the relationship between Marnie and Anna for the most part. Sometimes the dialogue is a little cheesy over the top, and it might just be because Japanese doesn't translate well to English. When like the first time she meets her, it's like, promise you'll be my ultimate forever secret, and like, you guys are getting a little deep, a little quick, and like the I love you forever and ever. It's a tad over the top, but it doesn't by means ruin the relationship. But Anna's lonely and depressed, and it makes for good character motivation. It gives her a conflict, gives her a thing to fix. And there are a couple parts in the movie where she's just like at her lowest low, and you're like, yikes, man, that sucks. She's like completely despairing. She's like, I straight up hate myself. And as we've seen recently, family movies are no longer afraid to tackle like very serious like thematic material. As there were a time where we'd be like, oh, for a kids movie, this is really serious and like really mature. But that's kind of the norm now. Not that that's bad, that's good, but like I'm saying, I'm not like surprised anymore. When Marnie Was There would certainly not have been on my top 10 list if I'd seen it at the time, but it is definitely a good movie and worth checking out at least once. When Marnie Was There gets a 7.5 out of 10. Like to eat in school by myself anyway, so I'll just stay right here, right here, right here, right here, and I'll be fine on the outside.
Gay!